Hey gals, it's Betsy, and today we're talking about concealer. Personally, I think concealer is probably the most important part of a woman's makeup application process because you get to a certain age and you know what happens. You start to develop fine lines around the eyes, a little bit of dark circles, and concealer is really the most important thing to start your day with. I know for me, I wouldn't go out the door without it. So I want to talk a little bit about that with you today. One thing about Schmink product, our concealer is outstanding. We have a fabulous brush. It's our number one brush, the concealer brush. It's made of Taklon, which are special fibers that help to not absorb the product, and you use less product at the same time. Less is more when applying concealer, and for that matter, less is more when you're applying any makeup product. You can always add more, but to take away is a little bit more difficult. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to be using 1B today. 1B has a nice blend of green and yellow, perfect for complexions like mine, sort of medium complexion to fair toned. So let's get started, shall we? The beauty of this product is it's nice and creamy. And again, that's very important for women who have a little bit of crow's feet and lines developing. We don't want concealer caught in those lines, and that will never happen with our product. So we lightly dip in to our concealer, to our product, a little bit on both sides of the brush. Once again, I always like to dab off a little bit because I'm always a little bit afraid of using too much. We start on the inside part of the eye and dab or stipple, as we like to call it, the product under the eye from the inside corner all the way to the outside corner, very lightly. I tend to go a little bit lower because I've got dark circles, all those sleepless nights, and I find that it's very important just to cover that up. So take a look at that. From here, we blend in a smooth motion, side to side, a sweeping motion that is, back and forth, and just distribute the product under our eyes and right up there into that little inner corner where I do have a little bit of darkness as well. Look at that. Looks better already, don't you think? Then you take your ring finger and you just lightly tap or stipple once again on top of that product, and that kind of removes any excess you might have, as well it helps the product to warm up to your skin temperature. Not bad. Let's try the other side. Same idea. Start on the inside corner, and look at that, I still have enough product on my brush, so that's pretty incredible, and I didn't use that much to start off with. So we apply dabbing motion, a little bit lower for me, perhaps for you as well. Okay? And from here, sweeping motion side to side and just distribute the product all the way from the inside to the out. Ring finger, a little dab right there. Look at that, I just removed a touch of excess because I put on a little bit too much. And look at that, how natural that looks. I look great. That's number one, girls, concealer. I love it. Hey everyone, it's Betsy. Now that we finished with concealer, let's move on to step 2, foundation. Want to know the best part about foundation? Our new brush. It's a beauty. I love this brush. The beauty of this brush, synthetic. Synthetic, easy to clean and easy to dry. And also, it's just a fantastic application. It's a luxury to own this brush, let me tell you. Second only to our Pro Sheer foundation, which is beautiful. Now, girls, let me tell you something. You know when you get older and you feel that you have to put on lots of foundation, lots of makeup to mask whatever it is we think we're hiding at a certain stage in the game. It's the exact opposite. The beauty of the foundation is light and sheer. It covers up, yes, you get plenty of coverage, but it does not give you that heavy, masky look that a lot of heavier foundations do give you. So let's start. We used 1B for our concealer. We're going to use 1B to match up our foundation. Okay? Now, this foundation comes with a wonderful little spatula. You can just dab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in all 5 parts of the face. I'm just going to put a little bit on my wrist and do it that way just to show it to you. All right, and I'm going to take my foundation brush, dip in a little bit of foundation, mess up my hair, but you're worth it, and start. We use a down and away motion. Down and away. Look how that goes on. It is beautiful. Now, the beauty of it is you get the coverage, but without that clay, clammy-ish look that a lot of foundations give you. Now, avoiding the under eye area, because don't forget we already put concealer there, and we never put foundation on top of concealer. A big, big faux pas that a lot of people feel you're supposed to do. So down and then away. Motion nice and smooth. Now I have to tell you, I feel like I'm giving myself a facial with this brush. It is really, really beautiful. And look how that goes on. Now before I continue to the other side, just take a look for a second and look how smooth that looks. Isn't that something? Sheer, yet coverage. Outstanding. I'm going to dip in again, and let's go over to the other side. Once again, we motion down and away. Cross the bridge of your nose. If you feel you need more, you go ahead. I don't have any problem with that. But I want you to try to stay light to start, and I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed. So once again, smoothly, look at that. Now remember not to do this lift up motion, even though a lot of people think you're supposed to be lifting up. You don't want to pick up any little debris, hairs, whatever. Nice and smooth. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, I would never use more than this because I see in my makeup mirror, my number 37,000 magnification mirror, that a lot of the lines and a lot of the marks and maybe discoloration that you tend to have after too many years in the sun, it's covered, and I feel I have a nice sheer look. Now, we move on to powder. We're going to use our number 6 brush, also an outstanding brush. One thing about schmink, I know all I say is how fabulous everything is, but I say it because I mean it, and I wouldn't endorse these products if I didn't think they were fabulous. So here we are, number 6 powder brush with a nice pointed tip at the top. You know what that's for? I'm going to tell you. You just dip your little brush in. Here we are. We're going to use number 3, let's say powder. This is a nice pressed powder foundation. And we're going to just dip our little brush in like that. And you know what's nice about this point? Right under the eyes. Look how that fits. Even though it looks like a big fat brush, it's pointed perfectly just to fit right under that delicate under eye area. That sets your concealer. Not too much. Once again, remember, crow's feet, lines, we want to stay away from putting too much product under there. But look at that. Then I lightly, I'm going to take a little bit more, tap off the excess, and just smooth dusting all over my face to set my foundation. What do you think? Beautiful foundation. I love it.